A stunning royal arrest. Former Prince Andrew taken into custody from his home in the English countryside. It follows growing revelations about the alleged connections between the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and Andrew, the former Duke of York and brother of King Charles. Thames Valley Police saying the arrest was on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Police have been looking into emails in which Andrew apparently shared confidential government information with Epstein. The latest batch of released files showing Andrew forwarded reports about foreign countries and trade opportunities to Epstein in 2010, when he was serving as a UK trade envoy.
Charles, how long have you known about Andrew and Epstein?
But the scandal has been growing for years, with other allegations, including of sexual misconduct against Andrew, including from Epstein victim Virginia Roberts-Giuffre, seen in this picture with Andrew. The prince asked about it in an infamous interview in 2019.
She described dancing with you and you profusely sweating, and that she went on to have bath, possibly.
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat.
Though he has always denied allegations of misconduct. In the years since, intensifying outcry with the release of Giuffre's posthumous memoir, and as more Epstein files were made public, Andrew appearing in many documents. Last year, King Charles formally stripped Andrew of his royal titles. And guys, in literally the last couple of minutes, we have received a statement from King Charles about the arrest of his younger brother. I'm going to read it to you now. The king says, "I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor and suspicion of misconduct in public office. What now follows is the full, fair and proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. In this, as I have said before, the authorities, have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. As this process continues, it would not be right for me to comment further on this matter. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all." An unprecedented statement from the king. And I can tell you guys, we have been speaking to royal historians all morning. No one can think of a parallel where the younger brother of the sitting monarch is in police custody and potentially facing charges. Craig.
Unprecedented indeed. Raf Sanchez in London for us on that breaking news. Raf, thank you.
We want to bring in NBC's Hallie Jackson, who has interviewed Epstein survivors throughout the course of this investigation. Hallie, good morning. So Andrew's been arrested. There's fallout over other public figures who've been tied to Epstein. But I can't help but think about all of the victims here, the victims who've been showing up place after place, waiting for something to happen. So how important have their voices been in all of this?
Critically, Hoda, and that is what so many, I think, around the country and around the world have tried to center, the voices of these survivors, including one of Epstein's most prominent accusers, Virginia Roberts-Giuffre. Now, this arrest, of course, is a separate matter than the sex assault allegations against Andrew, which he has long denied. By Virginia died by suicide last year. But this morning, we are hearing from Giuffre's family. They are saying, at last. At last. They say their broken hearts have been lifted at the news that no one is above the law, not even royalty. They go on to say, on behalf of our sister, we extend our gratitude to the Thames Valley Police for the investigation and arrest. And they say Andrew was never a prince, adding, for survivors everywhere, Virginia did this for you. Now, the attention on Andrew had intensified even before the release of these DOJ Epstein documents, after Giuffre released that posthumous memoir in which she wrote that Andrew believed having sex with her was his birthright. In 2022, the two settled a civil sex abuse lawsuit out of court. In a statement without admitting wrongdoing, Andrew said he regrets his association with Epstein and never intended to malign Giuffre's character. Hoda.
Hallie, just really quickly here, we're talking about, of course, former Prince Andrew, but with the release of the Epstein files here, we've seen a number of global figures.
Yeah.
They've had to step aside.
fallout internationally, fallout here at home. Look at the UK. The former British ambassador to the U.S. is under scrutiny. The person who advised the prime minister there to appoint him has now stepped down as chief of staff to Keir Starmer. Over in Norway, the former prime minister there is facing corruption charges for disclosures in the files. The Norwegian ambassador to Jordan has stepped down. And then here in the U.S., the executive chairman of Hyatt, Thomas Pritzker, has stepped down, acknowledging terrible judgment and staying in touch with Epstein. Top talent agent Casey Wasserman is putting his agency up for sale after the files revealed his ties to Ghislaine Maxwell, of course, Epstein's convicted co-conspirator. And the former Obama White House counsel, Kathy Rumler, just left her job at Goldman Sachs, saying media attention on her was becoming a distraction. None of these Americans have been charged with any wrongdoing, but Craig and Hoda gives you a sense of just the many dominoes, the impact here that is rippling around the country and around the world after the disclosure of these files.
Indeed. All right. Hallie Jackson for us there in D.C. Hallie, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.